this Brexit identity, as some experts call it, has cemented divisions that have been running through society for decades.
Brexit has kind of crystallised people holding very different outlooks on British society and the future and what society we want to be.
Studies show that the UK is a country deeply divided by class, age, values, and simple geography. Take the latter. Brexit highlighted a growing divide between the UK's cities and towns.
So towns over the last 30 years have been getting older and older, cities are becoming younger and younger.
Will Jennings has spent the last 5 years studying how Britain's core economic model favors its city regions over its towns.
What that means essentially is you have somewhere like Bristol, it's kind of major core city in its region. It's also got kind of leading university, so it's got all those sorts of advantages that a city has. Whereas you've got somewhere like Walsall that has seen kind of, long-term decline of traditional industries.
One of those traditional industries was lockmaking, based in Willenhall, on Walsall's outskirts.
All the locks in the Empire State Building are Willenhall locks. Many of the great liners, ocean-going liners, have got Willenhall locks. We sold locks to the world.
Willenhall used to have Yale and Chubb factories, as well as hundreds of small family lockmaking businesses. Today, that industry is almost completely gone, snuffed out by a combination of recessions, global competition, and cheap imports.
Generally, through the recession and subsequent years, we have lost significant parts of our identity. The major impact was seen most in the town centre, which until that time had been bustling.
The lack of job opportunities meant that many young people moved away, drastically changing Willenhall's age demographic over the course of 30 years. And this is just one example of what's been happening to towns all over the country. Whereas cities like Bristol are getting younger and more diverse.
What you have is a cocktail of things. You have a history that's about innovation and creativity, a city that goes on being international, world-class universities, a thriving creative sector that's grown.
From 2011 to 2015, only London had a higher percentage of population growth in the UK compared to Bristol. And Bristol had the highest net internal migration in the country.
There's a head of steam that ends up there. The more exciting and innovative and creative and diverse the city becomes, it attracts those people who are drawn to that and they invest in it and they grow it.
So while cities invest and thrive, many people living in towns feel like they're being left behind. And these feelings were reflected and exposed in the Brexit vote.
I think what we've seen is that Brexit exposed these underlying fault lines of British society in terms of values, also in terms of demographics and in terms of economic opportunity.
As the Gulf widens, there's a worry that Brexit could just be the beginning, as those living in its towns and cities hold increasingly divergent views.